Because see, there's two distinct ways people see responsibility. There's two distinct ways, and everybody, people, you can't turn on the news or watch ESPN or listen to anything without hearing somebody talk about responsibility. I mean, it's in everything. And yet, two distinct forms that people see it in. One side, one extreme side says, until these people accept responsibility, these people will never be able to, and you got the other side going, but it's not their fault. Don't you understand what their parents were like? And if you had parents like their parents, you would not, right? Two distinct sides. Okay, here's something very curious, is neither side really understands responsibility. Because responsibility hadn't, in fact, let me just say this, if our society really understood responsibility, we would have an economy that was kicking on all cylinders all the time. We would have families in peace that stayed together, because responsibility has nothing to do with blaming people for where they are or making people feel bad about where they're from. It ain't got anything to do with that. Responsibility is about hope and control. And who in here doesn't want to have hope for a greater future that you control? Who doesn't want that? Okay, but if you blame your mama, your daddy, if you blame the weather, if you blame the recession, if you blame the neighbors, if you blame the president, if you blame, I mean, there's not a lot of hope there, because there's zero control. Right? I mean, I don't know about you. I can't control my wife. I mean, if it really is my wife's fault, I am in just deep doo-doo. I mean, what am I going to do about my wife? I mean, if where I have ended up, if I am in this horrible place, and where I have ended up really is the fault of the President of the United States of America, I mean, if that's true, I might as well jump off a cliff now. Because what the heck am I going to do about the President of the United States today? Whoever the President happens to be, what am I going to do about it? But if I can look in a mirror and I can say, you know what, I've had some crazy things happen in my life. I've had some tragedies happen, and I couldn't control any of them. But I have made choices because of the way I thought about things, because of my perception at the time. I made choices that led me down a path to a place that I don't like. If I can understand and believe that my thinking can yield choices that'll lead me to a place I don't like, that's great news. Isn't that awesome? Because if you can understand your thinking will yield choices that lead you to a place you don't like, doesn't it just make obvious and logical sense that you could also make choices that will lead you to a place you do like?